Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with lifeafterdeath.com. Lifeafterdeath.com is a community of people who are interested in topics related to the afterlife, near-death experience, reincarnation, and all topics related to life after death. Now, we write a lot of articles on our website on topics that are very far-reaching, and we try to keep an open and respectful opinion about these topics. We don't know some of the things. A lot of this belief comes from your faith, and we certainly appreciate people that have those belief systems. And this is a place where we try to incorporate all different kinds of points of view on the topic of life after death. Now, we've written an article which is, at first glance, maybe fairly provocative, and it simply says, don't believe in God? Well, 3 reasons that you can still believe in the afterlife. Now, there are certain topics that you're pretty unequivocal that you can't have 2 points of view on. So theism and atheism are 2 distinct opposites. You either believe in God or you don't believe in God. There's another one, for example, intelligent design and evolution. You can't believe that God created the world in a kind of a evolutionary or in a non-evolutionary way, and then at the same time believe in evolution. You have to choose. So there's certain topics that are black and white you can't really decide on. But when it comes to the question of the afterlife, then I think people who have absolutely no faith at all, who don't believe in God, who are atheists, they actually can consider that there might be something to it, that you might be able to incorporate that belief into a non-theistic point of view. So there's people, scientists like Ray Kurzweil, for example, who believe in something called the singularity. And this is where they believe that technology is going to start to overlap with humanity, that we are going to become so tuned into technology that we will start to incorporate various technology features into our physical body, that this is artificial super intelligence. And so it's a very likely scenario. We talk about this in the article that I'm referencing, that this life after death may be communicating with a digital being. I mean, the person who may be living in the year 2050 or beyond may be partly robotic in that sense, that we might have elements in our body that make us super intelligent, superhuman. Now, whether you believe this is going to happen or not, is one reason that you might want to consider that these technological children, the generations that will follow us, will look at the afterlife in a different way. And they will incorporate technology, super intelligence, into their consciousness. So the consciousness that continues after death might be very different in 50 years from now, or even less, if this singularity occurs. And there's a lot of people who do believe in this. So you might want to check out, just for fun, some research on this, because it's quite fascinating. Now, some other people might think that we might take on a different kind of body in a virtual world. Think about how far technology has come just in the last few years. We may, in the future, create virtual worlds where the physical body is now living in those virtual worlds. So what does a life after death mean? And it may be that the same thing that happens now is going to happen then, but after life, but it will be a digital experience. It's really, really a curious thing to think about. So there's a lot of people, another group of people who are looking to cryogenics as a way of anticipating what life after death could be like in a technological world that is far more advanced to where we are today. So it offers a path to life after death. Now, right now, we know that near-death experiences are related to people who come back from being, their heart has stopped, their physical body has stopped. But we don't know what happens to you if you die and your heart and your brain completely stop and you come back with memories. That has not happened, so we haven't had a true death experience yet. But there's 350 people, I didn't know this, but there's 350 people who are on a waiting list at a Michigan cryogenics lab to be frozen. They think that freezing themselves now will free them to be cured of disease or to be a more highly evolved creature in the years ahead. It's really fascinating. And this costs a lot of money, by the way, like up to $200,000 to be frozen. But people believe in cryogenics as a way to potentially get further along and then let technology take over to bring them back. And maybe they'll have memories. We don't know, because when the brain is dead, there are no memories. But it'll be a different kind of memory, perhaps. Who knows? It's very mysterious. So the other one, people who have religious beliefs believe very simply that the universe is way too complicated and too refined and structured to be an accident. That only an intelligent being could have created this universe. Now, that's the other side of the theistic and non-theistic view of the world. Now, if you believe in that, that's your faith, and that makes it very straightforward for you. But other people believe that we actually were created by some kind of a superior being, but that it wasn't a god. It could be an alien society that has created, or a person who has created this world, and we are living in that simulation. It sounds very, very impossible and kind of bizarre, but a lot of people think about this. And there was a conference about this likelihood of a simulated universe, and the moderator, I have to get the name, it was Neil deGrasse Tyson, said there was a 50% chance, assuming it's a he said, there's a 50% chance that we are living in a simulated environment, a universe, it's a game. We are someone's game. I know this is like stretching the boundaries of what's possible, but maybe they've allowed there to be they or him or she have allowed there to be a simulation for the afterlife in that simulated universe. That what we're thinking right now, what we're concerned about at lifeafterdeath.com is all part of the plan. And when you think about it, we've written other articles about this, how having mortality actually is a motivator to do things. I mean, if we all knew that we were going to live forever, what would we do in the world? What would be our motivation to create or to build or have children or whatever? So this idea that we might be in a simulated universe that's built in as an afterlife component, it's amazing to think about. But that's why we started lifeafterdeath.com. It's to question these things, to think about them, because it's not black and white anymore. There's gray shades everywhere. And in the final analysis, we just don't know. We don't know whether there is a God. We don't know whether there is life after death. But we do know that there's a thinking, curious being here, and we're going to keep having that conversation, and hopefully you will join us, and we can just work this out together. We can look at the ideas and share our thoughts. So, do you believe that God is necessary in order to believe in the afterlife? That's our question for today. Do you believe that a God is necessary in order to believe in a life after death? Leave your comments in the section below. Let's have a conversation. And I look forward to sharing more ideas and thoughts with you in the future. But thank you for joining us. Go to lifeafterdeath.com and let us know what you think. Take good care, everybody. Bye for now.